It's not morning yet.
Good.
I'm getting there.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, for our marketing training with the ATS Business University, we are going to be discussing the 10-hour date. We're going to start today off by, I'm going to give you a call to action. So next week when we come back, I'm going to be looking for the proof that you've done your call to action. So we have 3 total. The first one is when you start dating your customers by, number 1, doing the 3, 3, and 3 technique. Your second call to action, create 3 pieces of marketing content that explains who you are and what you do. And the third is create 3 pieces of marketing content per piece mentioned above that links them to free resources, a webinar that you have, or your website to find out more information about who you are and what you do and your product. So again, number 3 is to create 3 pieces of marketing content per piece mentioned above that links your customers to free resources, a webinar that you have, or your website to find out more information about who you are and what you do and your product. So I'm going to repeat all 3 calls to action. And I'm looking forward to finding out who did your call to action next week and how did it go. So again, the first call to action, do the 3, 3, and 3 technique. The second call to action, create 3 pieces of marketing content that explains who you are and what you do. The third is create 3 pieces of marketing content per piece mentioned above. So you need 3 pieces so after you finish, you're going to have 9 pieces of marketing content based off of the 3 from number 2. And that's going to link them to free resources, a webinar that you have, or your website to find out more information about who you are and what you do in your product. Antonio teaches us all the time, the biggest issue all businesses have is obscurity. The dating process helps remove that. So we are still in the Humanizing Your Brand keynote that Antonio did. And just a reminder, the description of this keynote is, we all know that attention is the new currency. But how does one get that attention? How one gets that attention can lead to trust, so customers will buy from you every time. This is the sole message of this entire keynote and the problem it addresses. Antonio discussed how to discover what your audience actually wants, how to give it to them every time, and get them to trust your company's brand to activate their purchase power. Today, we're going to discuss the 10-hour date. Psychologists say it takes women 7 hours of interaction and dating before they decide if they're going to sleep with a man. Your customers are the same way. It takes them 10 hours of interaction with you, and dating before they decide if they want to give you their money. So I want you to think of sleeping with someone and giving money as the same. You're just as protective of your money as you are of yourself. So it takes women 7 hours of interaction and dating before they decide if they're going to sleep with a man. It takes your customers 10 hours of dating before they decide if they want to purchase from you. So this can be one long date, or a lot of mini dates. That's the purpose of the 3-3-3 technique. Creating the 3 pieces of marketing content and then creating more content with those pieces that links them to resources, webinars, your website, information about your product, because that's their way of dating you. That's their way of eliminating the obscurity between you, them, and your bank account. With us in dating, this includes phone calls, text messages, and actual dates. With your marketing, this includes links, graphics, videos, webinars, ebooks. So I really want you to take your marketing to the next level and think, how would you feel if you were dating somebody and when they just walked up to you and said, hey, let's sleep together? That's the equivalent of going up to somebody and saying, hey, buy this. Antonio has discussed this on so many occasions, and it's extremely, it's imperative to your marketing, to your business, to your sales. Because that dating process creates that trust. If people like you, they'll follow you. But if they trust you, they'll buy from you. Buying from you, and especially on the internet, we don't have brick and mortar. A lot of us don't have brick and mortar shops. We do everything online. You have people that are uncomfortable putting their credit card information online. There's times where I've done it and have my card turned off and have the credit card company calling me like, hey, were you in Italy? I'd be like, I wish I was in Italy. What's going on? Well, we had a charge on your account at a cafe in Italy. I'm like, if I was in Italy, I would have told y'all so my card wouldn't get cut off. But that's the insecurity that people have about putting their credit cards online. So how do you think they feel about you coming into their inbox or just reaching out to them and saying, buy this, here's the link, put your credit card in here, give me all your personal information, go ahead, strip right now, and we're going to go ahead and do this right now. How do you think your customers feel when you do that? It's the same way. So are you dating your customers with your marketing, or are you just telling them to sleep with me? Have you introduced yourself? Have you complimented them? Have you told them that something that they shared really touched you and thank you for sharing that? Have you told them, you know, what you posted was extremely encouraging and I appreciate you posting that? Have you gone into their inbox and said, hey, I see what you're doing on your page. You're definitely out there encouraging people. I commend you for that because not a lot of people are doing this genuinely. Have you gone into their site and said, hey, you know what? I see the business that you're building and it's absolutely great and I would love to support you in any way that I can. How can I assist you with your business? Have you done that? And has your content given your customers enough information about you and your product? Have you allowed them to go through the exploratory process of your business system and explore who you are, discover who you are? Have you done that? Because your marketing is going to be obsolete if you have not given them the information that they need, if you have not taken the time to date them. Because when you go straight to the sales, you're going straight to the bedroom, and they're not going to want to do that. They're not going to want to just instantly oh, you know what? That's awesome. Here. And if you have done that, I promise you there was something about that company that completely eliminated any questioning where you trusted giving them your credit card if you ran into them on the first day. They had exactly what you needed, and after researching them, which means you went through the research exploratory portion, the discovery portion, and they went through that. You went through the whole business system quickly. You went through that because they gave you everything you needed at one time. You went through that 10-hour date in maybe 30 minutes because they gave you everything you needed. So I'm going to actually reach out to our CEO and ask him if he can shed a little more light on us on how he has done his 10-hour dating technique with his customers. So, Mr. Antonio?
Which part you want me to, because you said a whole lot of great things. You want me to say how I do it?
Yes, tell us how you date us for 10 hours.
Well, can I put it back on them? All right, outstanding. Let's say someone doesn't know you, because none of y'all knew me. So you don't know me, your customer doesn't know you. Someone and all of you are going to have to participate, or you're in the wrong class today, okay? You don't know, your customer doesn't know you or your product or anything about you. Without a referral, without a recommendation, they stumble across your page. Someone now tell me what is some of the first options you can use. There shouldn't be any wrong answers here. Go ahead.
Content.
All right, content is, y'all should be writing this down in the chat. If you participate, you're going to get a blueprint of how to get this done for yourself. Deanna, what's the call of actions for today?
The call of action for today is to do the 3, 3, and 3 technique. Then create 3 pieces of content that explains who you are and what you do. And from those 3 pieces of content, create 3 pieces of marketing content from those that links your customers to free resources, webinars that you have, or your website that lets people know who you are and what you do.
All right, so as you can see, her plan of action for you for this education is to have more than information, but application. Everybody following me? And what you should see is that all of it ties directly into this message. Now, you may not fully understand it because she gave you the call of action up front. She would then give it to you again, and you understand it greatly. But the point is, right now, Grace said content, and that applies in your call of action. You're building a blueprint to simulate your own 10-hour date with your own customers, to put in your own bank account, to pay your own bills, and to secure your own legacy. Everybody got me so far? This is not a conversation about us, but about selfishly your business. Everybody good? Outstanding. So now I'll repeat, and let's get rapid fire answers. Okay, we're good. I don't even need to repeat. Go ahead, Pam Norris.
Wait. I'm here. Can you hear me? Okay. Poll your audience.
All right, poll your audience. So when a customer who doesn't know you whatsoever, the first thing they do is they see a poll. Should the poll be whack?
No, it should be.
I know.
It should give you.
Okay, I would say y'all know what whack means.
Crazy.
Crazy, garbage.
Yeah, no, it should be to elicit information that lets you know what your audience is interested in learning about, so then you can target your content to address their needs and interests.
But absolutely. By show of hands, how many of you know people who love to give their opinion on something? By show of hands. How many of you have ever met a person on planet Earth that never gave their opinion on something in their entire existence? 100% of your audience loves to give their opinion, okay? Some of us are trained to be wise and silent, but we still love to give our opinions when asked. Is this fair? That means even the wisest of your customers want to give their opinion. Should your poll be opinionated based or opinion based, or should it be something not opinion based? Opinion-based. Someone give me who wants to volunteer? I need a volunteer. I need a volunteer. All right, Daryl's volunteering. I was about to volunteer Liddell again. Daryl's volunteering. All right, Daryl, unmute your mic, sir. I want you to think about your specific products. Now, write down somebody in chat. Okay, good job, Grace. You are an official note taker, apparently. Now, someone in chat, we've already discovered content, poll your audience. What we just to repeat, to put that little connection in your brain. We're deciding well, Deanna asked me, how do I do it? And I asked her, do you mind if I turn it back on you? She said, yes. Customer don't know you or your church, because you do know your members are customers, right? Mm-hmm. I know you don't like talking like that, but that's what it is. Okay. Now, your members are your customers and your product. Now, how do I get a member of my church, of your church, or of your Toastmasters to say, I don't know nothing about this, and then join and be dedicated by the time the meeting ends? Dad, I want you to think about your product specifically. No general answer, something that's specific to you, what you're attempting to do with Out of the Fog, changing the narrative, MLM, and message to the masses. Either one of those. Either one of those. Think one specifically. Now, what you're going to do here is you are going to figure out a fantastic way to take one of those products, and you're going to make a poll that makes your audience give an opinion about something related to your product.
Okay, the first one would be or food fog or Out of the Fog. Okay. And my poll would be, let me think just for a second. I just kind of had it in my mind.
Take your time. Take your time. And again, I'll talk while he's thinking. If all of you participate, you'll go home like Denise did a couple of days ago with something directly for you that you can implement henceforth immediately. Use all that good stuff. I know quite a few words. I'm a genius.
Okay.
I know words. I have many words. Who said that? Donald Trump. All right, there you go. Go ahead, Darryl.
So let's see. The poll would be how many, let me see. I'm trying to get to something that everyone has an opinion on. Everyone
there
has
you go. All right.
On.
Y'all see your thought process? That's good. That's a good thought process. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so everyone has an opinion on what's eating right. I mean, everyone does. But 99% of the people are wrong. So yep. I would say, what would be the best way for you to reach optimum health? Would it be through exercise?
All right, that's good.
Diet, or diet and exercise? I mean, it seems obvious. So let's just leave it at diet or exercise.
Good. And everybody thinks they're professional dietitians or trainers. Okay. Now, where Darryl goes, so someone comes on this page, they don't know him, and they immediately see a poll, which is the best way to lose weight, diet or exercise? They are more likely to show Darryl how smart they are than to buy from him. Is that making sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, they gonna let me show him on my page asking me stupid questions. This is easy, right? That's so they're gonna say, or something similar to that. But when they do, he's gonna be able to have one or two things. He's gonna be the answer doesn't matter to Darryl. First, I need to stop. My business partner has jumped on. She's in the middle of class. Yes, we love her. And her profile picture with the twist and the curls. All right. Now, Darryl doesn't care anything about the answers. The answers doesn't matter to Daryl because all the answers are going to be wrong and all the answers are going to be right. The answer doesn't matter. He just needs to know where to align his content. If all the answers are over here, his content needs to be over there. You get it? If 100% of the people say exercise, then he needs to switch his content about the power of exercise, watch it, and the food you can eat per workout or meal plan prep to aid that. If it's diet, then he's going to say, you got plenty of options now, right? Here's the food you can take. Here's how to make stuff taste well. Here is some exercises you can do with that. Or here's the food, and here's how many calories you need to burn to get rid of the effects of that food. And here's the exercise that you can do for 45 seconds to burn that many calories. You get it? Listen, I'm just making this up. He has far more knowledge than me, but I know how to manipulate or leverage data. You get it? No, he doesn't care about the answers. He just cares about what his audience is thinking. And he's going to jump in front of that thinking and have the solution. Remember that? Yeah. Find their attention and jump in front of that attention. Yeah. He's not married to their answers. He's trying to get a week ahead of them. And he picked two great topics that everyone has an opinion on. Now let's unravel that or ravel it back up or tighten it back up. Now they want to show him, I know the answer, stupid. Okay, please know when people first meet you, that's what they're thinking. Please know that. Okay, they're not thinking all love and basketball or Christ and Paul. Okay, they're not thinking that. They're not. They're thinking, who are you asking me these questions? Let me show you. Now, depending on how his poll is set up, he can get an email from that poll, or it could just be on this page. But keep polling, they keep coming back to prove him wrong, and then he has content to match their answers. He doesn't know who specifically it was, but enough answers allow him to target a specific crowd. Get me? If you get enough data, if you get 70-30, you know, all right then, I need to do 70% of my content over here, 30 of it over there. The only reason I'm writing original comedy stuff and shows, because I polled my audience. I remember PJ was one of the people who answered it. What would you like to get from me? More business, sales, marketing, or comedy? And literally the poll, and there's 100-something people answered, was 50-50. I never knew people wanted me to be silly. Never. I would have never guessed that. All right. So Daryl now, remember, y'all used to ask, y'all far more advanced now, but y'all used to ask, well, I want to poll, I just don't know how to do it. Well, he just walked himself through it on his own. I'm just giving you a detailed explanation of what he did. Last thing I'll point out of what he did was he said, and I love this mindset, all right, where they energy already at? I need to find out something that everybody got an opinion on. You understand what I'm saying? You want to make your polls broad, but then you want to tell them the answers. And you can even have fun in your answers. Like, yeah, everybody got opinions. So you could be like, you could say something like, hell yes, or nah, I don't do that stupid stuff. Like that could be the answer. You get what I'm saying? Like you could, instead of saying yes or no, if it's something very emotional, you can do it like that. Yeah, you get it? Do you make money? Are women smarter than men? Duh. Or no, I'm smarter. You get it? Okay, good. Of course, no would be obviously men. But go ahead, Pam Norris.
Question.
Thank you, Daryl.
So in the poll, can the answer just be not a yes or no, but just the response? Like, you know, what information do you need after a disaster? to recover.
You can absolutely set it up.
And
Absolutely set it up that way.
Tell you whatever they want, so not a yes or no, but just let them go ahead and share whatever.
You can absolutely set it up that way, and additional information. So a poll could be, let's see. I wonder if I share my screen. Yeah, go ahead.
Your church for the unchurched had a poll, but the question was, what can we pray for you today?
Right. You know what? So yeah, you know what? Yes. So you're absolutely right, Pam Norris. You can, thank you for that. You don't have to, I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking polling feature, right? That's what I'm saying. But you cannot use a polling feature and just poll your audience with your words. Just ask a question. Tippis did a fantastic job of this, but we didn't have a topic for Sunday. On Thursday, she's throwing out there, what are you struggling with this week? And everyone said consistency or something like that. And of course, that topic wound up being a hit in the, in the podcast, because we didn't pick the topic, y'all did. And everyone went, man, that was right on time. We knew it was right on time because you said it. Did you get it? Like we knew it was right on time because you the one who told us to do it. And try to remember that. Anyway, I got plenty more to say that. Now, so polling is one way, okay? I didn't have to explain content because y'all know content. But now polling your audience. Let's go back now. So I need another volunteer. Liddell, I'm so glad you volunteered. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you volunteered. I'm so glad. Here in the Baptist world, we call that voluntold. Yes, I'm so glad you volunteered. Let's use you, since you were so eager to volunteer. Let's go with I'll let you choose. You got church, you've got the maintenance shop. Boy, you got so much. You've got a restaurant, another restaurant you might fit to buy. You got the daycare. You're probably starting a barbershop somewhere. Who knows? I don't even know. I don't even know. You're probably tired of paying for haircuts. Well, I'm just starting once I get two haircuts. All right. So which one of your many businesses, sir, do you want to use?
Well, let's look at the preschool, because we're revamping that right now. We're in the middle of revamping that right now. So let's look at the preschool.
Good stuff. I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
I just moved into town. In fact, let's make me not even wanting to be here. A little hick town. I better find a good place to put my child before I had to put my hands on somebody. Is it starting to sound like a real conversation now? Sit on the mic.
And it's my first child.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm extra watching everything.
All right. So, first child, we bought a $90 diapers, and you understand. You understand. All right. So, but these are your customers, and that's a real conversation. I'm going to put my child here, but, we say it in the car. I better not be all that stuff. So it'll be, hey, how you doing, sir? But that ain't what we said in the car. What we said in the car was, you better not mess up my child, right? So this is my move. How do you, and I'm saying that not just to be funny, but please know your customers are never in the mood to buy from you. They didn't log on for you. They don't like you. They don't know you. Okay? Now, what's the first thing you need to do to me, Liddell? Of course, there's plenty of options here. Actually, let's narrow yours a little bit. To make me feel like safety is your number one priority. I know you're going to educate my child, but my number one priority is my child's safety.
You mean if you're on the property?
First thing, even if I'm on the property or own the property?
If you're on it.
Let's go both. I'm not on the property. Let's do that one first. Then we'll do own the property. That was fantastic.
Okay, and your question is the safety of your child. I would definitely explain the security system to you, and how we have multiple staff on duty at all times. And no kid, we keep our student to ratio numbers accurate with the state to make sure there's enough eyes on the amount of children we have. And we have a lot.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, pause for a second. That was really good. Now, you can't talk to me. I'm looking at you on social media. And I ain't really looking at you. I've been looking at a lot of y'all. Now it's your turn. You got 8-something seconds or something, right? Before I move on. Yeah, before I scroll past. Every brilliant thing you just said, how would you do that without having a conversation with me? Yeah, this is real good.
Look,
yeah, I know, right? Look, I'll steer you in the right direction. I didn't even think about the student to teacher ratio. I'll steer you in the right direction, and I'll let you build from there. You can have plastered on a picture on the wall or on your Facebook page, whatever it is, the law that the state says of student to teacher ratio. Like, you educate me, because you ain't finna educate me on something you're not following.
Right.
You would never put yourself out there like that.
Right.
You would say, here are the laws. Now, immediately, I know a couple of things. I know, for one, you just taught me something no one else did. I'm starting to trust you a little bit, because no one else was that upfront with me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all hear that? Two, I know you ain't that stupid to post something like that and go against it.
Right.
Because now I can legally, it's legally binding at this point. I can screenshot this, show it to a lawyer, and take you to court because you didn't put it out there. So, Your Honor, he knew better. Look at his post from 3 years ago, right? You understand? Well, we know this. We know this without thinking. We know this. Then on top of that, you could even when you put the law, you can say, we follow this with happy hearts or something, right? You get what I'm saying? So that's one way you can do this without talking to me. Now you think of the rest of the stuff you said and go forth.
Most of the students, and then the security system. I don't know how I would communicate that without you being there or being able to see it. I don't know.
You can
also with it saying explaining that we have a security system that's in place. Just have it on there.
That's right. You could take the kids out the room for a second, or maybe do it after or before class. Before you open or after you close, and show that every angle of our daycare, preschool, is covered by cameras. Now, that does a couple of things for me. For one, it does a lot of things for me. For one, you're the only one doing that. You're the only one showing me that this is monitored. You know what else it does? It makes me know that my child is somewhat safe, because the adults are monitored too. It's like a nanny cam. You're showing me your nanny cam. You get it? And we all know human beings respond differently when they're being watched. Then you let me eavesdrop with my eyes. Let me see how clean this place is. Look, and because I'm telling you, I know everybody. Y'all ever been dating somebody and you sent the picture to them? No, there ain't no you looking. Only one gender does this here. Okay, the woman, she blow that whole picture up. See what was in the background, what background you was in, who house you was at, all that stuff. I just sent a selfie where I'm looking at everything else. Let me see this. That's a stain on your pants. Let me see. Oh, that's ketchup. Okay, right? All that stuff, right? All that stuff. But when you show them pictures and videos, I promise you, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to act like a jealous spouse. Let me see what's going on. Let me look at this video again. And here's what you really get me to do. So me and Daryl are dating. You really get me to do this. And this is what I love the most. hey, honey, Daryl. I'm not sure why I would call him honey. Hey, bruh, boo. He's shaking his head. Brusbin. Hey, look, I found a perfect place for us. And then he get to ask the question. And you know, Daryl, he got all these questions. You know what? I don't even know the answer to the questions. Let me just show you all this stuff that's on there. Here's the pictures, here's security, you get it? And now he goes, you might have did something smart. Boss boo or whatever, I don't know, right? You get what I'm saying, okay? But you get the point, right? You are allowing me to have a conversation with whoever is a part of this conversation without me talking, because I can't explain why, but I can show them this public post. Is that fair? Mm-hmm. All right, let's get this. That was in person. No, that was. I'm not okay. So now I'm on the building. I'm on campus. I'm on campus now. Did y'all get that? That was off campus. Yeah, this applies to your business. Yeah. Don't think this totally applies. You can put this to your own business right now. The same way you show security footage for the daycare is the same way you can show background footage of how hard you grind building your coaching business. Or you show the machinery of the Ice Buddy stuff getting made. You show them we're not making this in the living room. You do know, now I'm talking specifically, I ain't gonna talk no culture right now, but I want to. But for sure, one of you coaches take this very seriously than most. You ain't doing no potluck because you couldn't see where the food came from. If some cat was walking all over it. Am I making some sense? If you wash the sink, look at that. He about to lose his whole mind right now. I don't know how you prepared that food. Them long nails and they dirty. No, you're not going to do none of that, right? You ain't, all that stuff, right? Did you, all that. Where does water come from? But, all that stuff. And what I'm trying to get you to see is, when we'll do potluck if you could go and show me the camera of how you made the whole process. And every time you wash your hands and have a log, then I'll think about eating your food, even though I can see everything else that happened there. I want to see how much salt you put up in there. If you get it? Now, if that works for potluck, of course it works for, here's how we do things at Ice Buddy. Please know, we didn't make this bootleg. You understand what I'm saying? Look at all these machines. You don't even know how they work. But they sure look expensive, right? And that's why you should buy a product at full price. How many times y'all seen a t-shirt company do that? Yeah, a t-shirt company has never just went, boom, look at our shirts. Nope. They show you pressing. They're trying to show you, here is high quality. We did not get a peel-off sheet and an iron and put some water in the iron and steam that thing on there like you could have did. We got machines in here. You get it? Basically, they said, and I'm sure Donnie's going to appreciate this, when you wash this the first time, it ain't done. Okay, you understand? Yeah. Washing this shirt won't mess up your money. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So I'm just trying to make you see. That's the same thing. What I did was I took Liddell showing the security footage and I put it in the t-shirt industry, Ice Buddy. I'm just letting you know that whatever he says, it applies to you. All right, I'm Mr. Mike Liddell. Let's go again. On campus. I know you had a comment. Okay, and there. Okay, we'll read both of them. Go ahead, Liddell. Give us I'm here now.
Okay. Well, I've done this before. So what we do on site, we show you all the fences and let you know that the playground fences are secure. We'll let you know that all the outside play area is up to code with the state. We'll let you know there's no sharp edges, there's nothing like that. And then we go inside and let you know that all doors have bells on them, so no one comes in or out without an adult knowing. And on the inside, we have all the safety precautions with the height of the tables, the height of the chairs. And like Miss Adonia had a good thing she put in the chat, we already do that. I forgot the name of the program where we are able to connect with the parent throughout the day. And I forgot the name of it, but it's a program that connects from our company phone to all the parents' cell phones, so we can send pictures of their kid working, and they can see the kid doing stuff throughout the day. And we try to stay connected to the parent throughout the day as much as possible. That's one of the things that kind of separates us, just exactly like she said, it separates us from a lot of people around. We try to keep the parent and the child connected throughout the day. So I think that makes a person feel safer that I'm seeing actual pictures of my kid, you know what I'm saying, throughout the day. Those are some things that we talk about a lot. And
that was brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was absolutely brilliant. There was nothing about that not brilliant. Norris?
Yeah, and Adele excited about this because I used to be a preschool director. Also sharing with them about how parents have to sign themselves in when they walk in,
Right.
and that if you ever have somebody that you're planning to pick up your child, you not only give us their name, but their picture, so we know that they're there. Nobody's going to walk off with your child and say, "Oh, well, I'm Mrs. Johnson, the next door neighbor, and I'm picking up your child." People are really afraid for their kids to be kidnapped today. So sharing also the sign-in process for parents to access their kids, or whoever is the alternate that's supposed to come in to get your kid if you're sick or unable to make it because of work.
Right.
That makes sense. It's the same reason that cab drivers had to start putting their pictures in the cab. Remember when we were getting raped in Central Park and all that stuff, right? That's exactly why. Now, everything Liddell said was brilliant. I mean, they were all, in fact, you said stuff I wouldn't even thought of. Right? So, edges on the fence, no sharp edges, this. All that was brilliant. The reason why we're doing this class is because when you got somebody in front of you, you are brilliant. All of y'all. The problem is, how in the heck do you get them in front of you? You get it? That's your problem, right? Go ahead, Liddell.
We actually right now putting together. I have the director, because right now we're going to STEM now. We're going to science, technology, engineering, and math, and we're focusing in on reading. Our director is a reading specialist, so I have them preparing a video right now so we can put on Facebook for them to walk through each stage of the school, because we haven't marketed this school at all. 5 years we have not. It's just been word of mouth. We haven't put any paper out, anything out. So this year we want to go ahead and actually put it out officially, because we wanted to take some years to get all the kinks and stuff out. You're never gonna get them all out, but we wanted to make sure we were, where we were before we really put a big push behind this. So that's why I actually chose to do the preschool. We're setting up the video now that we're writing the scripts and everything. We got the camera, we got the little mic, the little boom microphone, we got the light. So I'm listening, man. I might not say nothing, but I'm listening.
No, I already know you are. Now I want to show you something, because I'm just making sure dog it. I just got passwords everywhere. Shut up. It just don't make no sense. Just can't get. So I'm going to delete this password. Remind me I know where it's at. I wanted to show y'all another one, but I had too many passwords, too many different places. This is now I got the dark theme, so you all have to kind of just make do. This was last school year. I homeschool my boys. This was last school year, okay? I had a password right there, y'all. Don't worry about it though. Okay. This is my boys. I only use STEM, period. I don't use anything else. And they're forced to learn languages and robotics and coding. Last year, I forgot what Alpha Blocks is. Doesn't even matter anymore. Then I try to make it fun. Kids learning YouTube type of thing. In fact, let's click it and see so you can see. Is it gonna work? Can y'all see this? Did it flip over? Like to my website? I mean to YouTube? Oh yeah. It's not because I didn't share my screen. I shared notes. Hold on. I should have just shared my screen. All right, there we go. So there's this whole. Now I'm doing this on purpose. I'm attempting to. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me get rid of this password and copy and paste, and then I'll put this stuff in chat for y'all. All right. Now I can go because I lose that password. I can't do nothing else. All right, here we go. I use this to teach them, when they get on my nerves. Hey, just look at your phone, buddies. Look at your phone. All right. So I'll put that out there. I don't even know how to do the chat like this. Maybe here. All right, there we go. See? There you go. Boom. All right, there you go there. Put that in chat. And let's see what else. Oh, don't worry about that. Back to notes. All right, there we go. Now, well, they're not in third. My 10-year-old is so my fourth grader is in the 8th grade, and it's Ashton 7. So my third grader is in the 7th or 6th grade. Depends on which one. Depends on how you want to test them. Now, and that's math. I was shooting them through grades like crazy, and I was using Khan Academy. It's English, right? There's reading. And then look, I force, please know, like, can y'all, I need to blow this up, huh? Then I put in there, now I'm not saying this has nothing to do with me right now. It'll make sense. Well, let me give it to you now just so you can keep listening. I don't want you to tune out. I'm pretending like I'm Liddell. Look, at our school, you get it? All right. Now, universal laws I'm teaching these boys universal laws. It's a book we got on Audible. It's like 36 hours. And they got to get lecture plus Q&A. Then this is a class that I bought from Princeton. Not this one. This one. Einstein relativity. In fact, I'll show you. Can't see. Just so you know what this is. Now I want y'all to pretend, like what you're supposed to be pretending right now is I'm Liddell. Everybody got me? Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put that in Google. I want to show you what pops up. Right here. Great courses. Einstein's relativity, quantum revolution, modern physics for non-scientists by Professor Richard Wilson. Everybody see that? Okay. Just to give you an idea, let's see if I can find the website. I took them through this last year, but I'm showing you something. This guy's a professor at Millbury College, but he was teaching at Harvard or something, whatever it was. Look, time travel tunneling, Tennyson T. What are the big ideas of modern physics? How non-scientists can gain a handle, blah, blah, blah. Black holes, y'all see this? Clockwork universe. Right, all this stuff. Point I'm making here is I force these boys to learn college level science in the 3rd grade. And I just repeat it over and over and over and over until they get it, until they sink in. They've done it like 8 times already. Now they got it. How likely are you to see that and know that your child is going to be learning college level science until they get it? I'm catching them while they geniuses. As long as you're young, you're a genius. Adults ain't knocked it out of you yet. How likely are you to say, you know what? I like your curriculum. You get it? You know what I'm saying? That's another way you can do that. Lead with your curriculum, especially if he's going to do it around STEM. You get it? And you can do that online. I don't make you just have little bitty 1-minute videos about your curriculum, or get video testimonies from the teachers, no, students, moms, or parents about your curriculum. You get what I'm saying? Does that help you, Liddell?
Yes, sir. That's pretty much what we're doing. The director just texted me this morning and said she has her script ready. So I'm reading that this afternoon to see what she said.
Good. It took me 1 year to build my kids' homeschool, and I had Tempest to help me. It took me a whole year to get all that stuff together, and we built it from kindergarten to 12th grade. It took me a whole year. So they're on the track. Kindergarten, 12th grade. Sometime here in the next 12 months, Grace is going to make sure both my boys know all math up until 12th grade. They're going to be less than 11 and know 12th grade math, so I can then teach them what they want to learn. They want to be YouTube stars. We're going to have to learn how to be, we're going to have a media training, PR training, marketing. You get it? And they're forced to take these classes, but I give them summer off because I know I'm like super duper Nazi with this homeschooling, so I give them a break. You gotta give them a break. Or they'll hate learning, right? Totally hate. Or they'll be all head and no heart, and I don't want either one of those things, okay? I don't want either one of those things. Good. Did I help you, Liddell? Solid? Has that helped everybody? Are you beginning to see that you can get a customer to love you without knowing you? I should just back up and do a few things. Deanna, if you can ask your question and read the comments and chat that I have missed, and then we'll go from there.
Well, my first question was, how much do you charge for your homeschool curriculum lineup? Because, Don is 4. I'm going to start him now.
I'm glad you said that, because I have no intentions. Here's what happened. I've been homeschooling for 3 years now. It's been about a 4-year journey with the whole process. And I didn't want to start a school because now I only like my kids, okay? You saw how paranoid got like excited. Oh my God, no, you're not getting that from me. Okay? You're not getting that from me. I only like my kids. Your kids is bad, right? They need to go back home to their mama. You understand what I'm saying? My kids, I can deal with them. I'm just not set up that way, okay? So I never wanted to start a school, but here recently, people kept saying, "Oh man, your curriculum is so great. You teach them what? They learn the what?" Because I got them on track to learn 6 languages before they're 18. I got them on track. Learn 6 languages before they're 18. Mandarin, Spanish. Anyway, I forget what it is. I did the top 10 languages that the world speaks, and I picked the first 6. That's what I did. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't pick them. I'm just taking my kids to the money. You understand what I'm saying? I want them to get money in any language. I just said a whole lot right there. Okay. All right. So yesterday, 2 days ago, a charter school came to me and was like, "Hey, well, a couple of months ago, a charter school came to me and was like, blah, 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 blah. doesn't matter. And then I said, well, you know what I should do? You got a pretty good idea. And then she was like, well, we get this much money. And I was like, well, how much?
That's it.
It's like $178,000 a month. I said, excuse me? Well, let me think about this school thing. Let me think about this. So all you need me to do is buy the land, and then you want me to negotiate the deal, and you're going to pay me $25,000 or so a month for the land, and you want me to come up with a plan for your charter school that you already got approved? Well, throwing that kind of money around a month made me reconsider, okay? It made me reconsider. Therefore, let's just say we just extended them a nice line of credit to get their charter school up. But, long way of saying, I would email you anybody who wants it, I would email you my homeschool thing that I developed for myself. You can make any changes to it. I'll email it to you for free, just so you 4 years from now can have somebody come up to you with hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I'll give it to you for free. If you want it. If you don't, then they got nothing to do with you. Cool. You can just read the comments and stuff.
Okay. So Liddell read what Mr. Daniel said, which was awesome. He said he actually already has that in place, and that was awesome because my daycare used to do that, and then I absolutely loved it. I was like, okay. And then Daryl said, your child's safety and happiness is our #1 priority.
It is, and you should remember that's something I had to learn. One of the main reasons my church suffers is because we don't have adequate children's ministry in place, and we can't. We've never had. We're a startup, we're a church plant is what you call it. 7 years, so we're way past closing stage, but we don't have the facilities. We were in a building you had to rent every Sunday morning at first, and we lost a lot of members that way because we didn't really have no church during the week. It was just on Sundays. You can't do that. You can't have an ATS Business University on Friday and nothing else during the week. You can't hold people that way. All right. Y'all should be listening to this through the lens of your own business. If you don't have a community in which you're plugging people in every day, you cannot hold customers that way. You cannot. Starbucks only wants to sell you coffee, but they spent billions of dollars creating places you can sit in. I'm not sure if my screen is frozen. If people moving their heads, are they following me? I can see.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I need you to get, Starbucks don't care about you sitting down. They care about you buying coffee. But they knew in order to make you addicted to their coffee, let you sit down with this great atmosphere. Write your book. Do your homework. That wasn't the model. The model was coffee to get the money. But they said if we don't give them a place to be a community, they won't come back to ours. Well, I am saying something right now. And if you're changing the MLM or Go Figure or TNT, whatever you got, doesn't plug people in during the week, you're just not going to be in business long. How many of you coaches don't have a system where you can plug people in during the week? Making a post on your page is not the same thing. They can do that on anyone's page. Have you created your own group that people can't wait to go in and get and learn from or resources from? Let me pause right there. Someone regurgitate back to me. Actually, don't even regurgitate. Someone tell me what I'm saying here. No, someone not the teacher of the class. I know
Okay.
Vince is working. Okay, go ahead, Pam Norris.
So, because I have to be better about this. This is not my, I will be the first to admit I'm not, we've got a group, but I'm not doing what you're saying to do. And I've got to get on it, which is why I'm writing notes. You're saying you have to have a group, which is your community, but you have to constantly put information and out there to the community that they want to listen, they want to hear, that they're going to grow from, that they're going to feel like they got some value from. Otherwise, they're not going to stay in the community. So
that's right.
I created the community.
That's right.
And we send things through the community posts, but I need to put more content of value in that community for them to be able to read, to learn about. And that's where I've been falling short and going to have to pick up my game.
Y'all hear that? Beautiful. You gotta plug people in. If you don't plug them in, then all this is for nothing. All this is for nothing. The best thing you got to step away for is say you got somebody to pray for. You're always praying. You be praying over people oil too. Okay? You got it? All right. Now, Deanna. Oh, PJ of TNT got something to say. Go ahead, PJ. Can't hear you. You got yourself muted if you, or maybe she just raised her hand and say something.
That just shows how long it's
there you go.
Since I've been in class. I can't find the mute button. I don't have my mouse here. I'm using it. Anyhow, I'm just trying to get back a little bit here. Got a lot on my plate still. I hear what you're saying, and I don't know if I have a question, but how it hits me is this. I'm just coming from my own personal perspective. Is I joined a lot of groups. I'm in a whole bunch of groups on there. I don't know, last time I saw something, I think it was 36 groups. I said, what, 36 groups? But I post in them, but I only really engage in a very few because I like a select community. Now, here's the thing for me. I hear, as if would I implement what you're saying and would it work for me? And if I don't implement it, am I not going to be successful? I find when I go into these groups, they're small when I first start, intimate, but then as they invite people and other people ask to join, you have this huge community all of a sudden. Then if I don't know people intimately or fairly intimately, I'm no longer interested in that group. So if I made a group, I know what I would tend to do based on my MO and my personality. It would become an exclusive group. But I know exclusive maybe does not equal money. Does not.
No. That equals big money. That equals big money. Exclusive equals big money.
So I could make a group and keep it small and not invite. But what about if somebody comes and asks to join? I vet them and I don't want them in there.
Yeah, what you do, good job screening your members. That's good. Have your big group. Have one group that allows it to, people to add people so it can get big because other people are going to like that. But then what you do is you create an exclusive group out of that big group. You got to charge people to get into it, such as the ATS Business University, the Bureau of Dominant Speakers. That's exactly the Bureau of Dominant Speakers, ATS Business University. Those are exclusive groups that are small that we vet people who comes in. So what you're saying is you're brilliant. You're so smart right now that you stumbled across your own blueprint to make a lot of money and you didn't even know you did it.
And we also this just eradicated my apprehension. And I don't like to use the word fear. I find something, but anyway, my fear of groups, of making groups because of how to manage them to suit my personality. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. That cleared up some apprehension.
Good job. Appreciate you. Yeah, very welcome. Well, I want y'all to understand what she just, listen, y'all are smart. You've always been smart. Don't let me, you've always been smart. But y'all been here a year now. You are far more smarter than what comes out of your mouth is actually quite smarter than your brain is processing. Because it's in you now, right? You're speaking from when you say you're speaking from your experience, you're really speaking from your subconscious. and you're on it. And this is one of the cases PJ was absolutely on it. You create that big group and you create these smaller groups. In my case, or in our case as a company, we use Zoom to create exclusive groups plus closed groups on Facebook. If Facebook or LinkedIn had this Zoom video feature like this, we would just stay in those groups. But I wanted people to talk in real time, because when you get to know Adonia, when you get to know Daryl, you tend to, PJ, you tend to fight for them. You tend to say, you know what? I like these people. And you want enough people buying your product, not just because your product is good, that's a good thing, but also because they just love being here. It's a really important key concept that most business owners leave out. I'll just stop right here real quick. Dana, get ready to pick back up. Who's got questions so far or comments? We'll let comments go through here. Questions or comments?
I have a question.
All right, go ahead, Daryl.
Back to the poll, and I get this often when I poll people in the past, and it's obvious because of the response. If I'll ask them whatever, something about health, and they really don't know the answer, but what they'll do is they'll Google it, and then they'll come back and give me the Google response, right? Just to be smart. And in that case, how would you respond back to that and commenting on the people who comment to you?
That is probably the best question of the day. I would have this layered in my understanding. I would know if they had to Google it, they didn't know it. So that would automatically teach me to, or automatically tell me to teach that they didn't know it. Like, I would accept their yes answer as a no because they had to Google it. That's number one. And that would tell me where to throw my content because they had to Google it. And I would even market it. If I had enough people doing that, I would market it by saying, here's things about diet that you can't Google. You have to be a chef for over 20 years or something like that, right? I would market it that way. Now, how would I respond to them is obviously, and you've probably already, I'm sure you already did this, you respond in the positive. In this case, well, actually in almost every case, but in this case specifically, your response only needs to do one thing. Make them say thank you. That's what you're creating an economy of thank you. If you've seen through the smoke, you know what's up, they try to pull a wool over your eyes, you just need to make them say thank you so they can come back to your page. That's the goal. The goal is to get them to come back, because you got to remember you're on a 10-hour date, which is the original premise of Deanna's class here. You don't want to be the guy on the date going, now woman, you done lied. Okay? Now we ain't even got to dinner yet. We just got the hors d'oeuvres, and here he is lying. Doggone well, it don't work like that, right? You don't do that, because there ain't no second date after that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's lying, and everybody lies for the first date. So expect people to lie on the first date to you as well. It's going to happen, and that's okay. And I think this is the best question so far, because it made me say, just create that economy of thank you. No matter what they say and how they respond, you're saying, oh, that was a fantastic answer. You must be brilliant. Oh, well, thank you. All right. And then you strike a conversation with them in the inbox, or you tag you remember who they are. You go to their page, you show value, make them say thank you enough to where, boom, you can convert them into a customer. It's either be right or make money. Okay, Adonia has a comment, but let me let Darryl respond back to that, because that was his question. And then we get to Adonia's comment. Go ahead, Darryl, if you want to respond back to that.
No, I think that was a good answer. That's appropriate, so I'm good.
Yeah. Now, of course, that would irritate the heck out of me, though, right? I mean, let me just say, right? Like, okay, so you just come here playing and Google and stuff. You trying to mess up my whole poll. But I just read it as a no. even though you gave me the right answer, right? But you're not manipulating. The data is telling me you had to Google, so you didn't know. You get what I'm saying? You know, nobody likes to be played. So I'm not just saying, you know, just be all Mary Poppins with it, you know, and get your umbrella and start flying across, you know, California and stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying make sure they say thank you, because thank you is where money is, and I say this all the time, I don't say it enough though. Money is just a form of appreciation. All it is. Every time the ladies around here don't close a deal, I ask them, did you give someone to appreciate what you were saying? Money is just a form of appreciation. The more I appreciate, it's by dollar amount, I'm saying, Daryl, man, I appreciate you this much. That's all it is. And if people lose, what is appreciation? To increase in value. Depreciation is decrease in value. When you have a product and people stop increasing in value of that product, or you stop increasing in value of that product, their money will stop too. That's why here you always see me offer a lifetime membership, and I always make sure things grow every month, because I'm focused on residual, and I'm saying I'm gonna need that money every month. So I'm gonna give you this value every month. You gonna cut off everything else, but you need to treat me like you treat your electricity. ATS and electricity are the same thing. You can't get rid of either one of us. You foreclose on that house and still have a membership here. That's how I feel about it. But I designed it that way, right? Like, I'm serious. I want people to literally foreclose. I don't want you to foreclose the house, but when you do, I know one thing's gonna happen for sure. That light's still gonna be on. You ain't never seen no foreclosure with no lights on. It's not gonna happen. That's how important the lights are. Because ain't nobody trying to take no cold, dark showers, and it's way too hot anywhere to be sitting with no electricity. And if you're in the north, it's too cold. You understand what I'm saying? And my goal is to make ATS as hard to get rid of as light. It's a big deal. And I'm not just making this up on the spot. Remember, y'all, let me share my screen one more time and then we'll be. I ask myself this every day. And I'm going to share with y'all again, and hopefully you can, I don't know. Anyway, in fact, I'll copy and paste it to you as well. It's not the first time I've done it, but my goal is to just stretch you a little bit, I suppose. I'm not sure. Anyway, I ask myself, if you think, how does this boy keep coming with these ideas? Listen, every day I ask myself, let me blow it up so you can see it. Because some of y'all on your cell phones and that screen ain't that big. Right here, I ask myself this every day. 3 questions. This is my staff daily to-do list. And there's a bunch of stuff down here I need to do, okay? Right here. And this thing is long. This is the to-do list, it's long. But ask yourself this one question, Tony. What do you feel is impossible in your field? But if it could be done, it would fundamentally change your business. I ask myself this every day. It's on my to-do list. I ask myself this, what breaks your heart? I only build products around what breaks my heart. What do I want people to line up and thank me for at my funeral, at the end of my life? And then thank you very much for making me a millionaire, right? Thank you very much for giving me the awareness and the knowledge to not be in poverty, because the government surely wanted me there. I'm serious. Okay? Look at this here. I forgot this is in here. What behaviors can I add to myself that will lead to 10 sales a week for the Bureau? Hey, look at that. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. But I do it every day. And let me tell you, I don't get these answers every day. But I attack it every day, and at some point the answers come. And of course, mine here is how can you, y'all want to know what this is for me? How can you make business, sales, and marketing training as addictive as Facebook? There you go. And I think there it is in chat if you want it. You don't have to have it, but there it is in chat. If you want it, I just copy and paste it in chat. Okay. And tell you, me and Tippis have done this here for years. I've been doing that since 2012. I've been doing that since 2012. 7 years. I've been doing that for 7 years. But it also explains why we have a different culture here, right? You get it? Culture is extremely important in this place. Why? Because of question number 3, what I want people to line up and thank me for. Everyone knows, I'm supposed to. People who are just customers, not staff, knows no one suffers alone. That is by design. And that's hard to do. It is hard to make people repeat your culture. Ask yourself, how many people know the culture of your own business? That core value. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. All these things we talk about thus far, about to take it higher, they all are just the introduction into this. We only answered one question. How the heck do I get people not to know me, to buy from me? You know what I'm saying? But now you got a full understanding of that. And Deanna, let's do some rapid fire. You ready? All right, here we go. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Antonio, for that. That was absolutely amazing because it actually leads into the next part of today's lesson. We don't trust people for about 7 hours. So what do you do to get them to trust you? Your funnel needs to have 7 hours worth of interaction. Antonio does just that. If you click on something on his page, you read that, there's a link that you click to that takes you to something else, and then you read that, and there's a link there that takes you to something else, and you watch a webinar, and there's a link there that takes you to something else, and you have so much stuff. So what we just did, the content that Grace mentioned, graphics, links, videos, webinars, and groups. Thank you so much for groups, because I did not even think about groups about this. The group that helps them interact with you for 7 hours. So this leads us into the 5 types of customers, which Antonio has taught us before. So now you know how now you know the customers that are coming into your groups. Now you know the customers that are on your page that are interacting with you. I'm gonna share my screen real quick so you can see this graphic. So you can see the 5 different types of customers. You have your innovator. And from your innovator, you have your, here we go. So you have your innovator. You have your early adopters, which are your visionaries. You have your early majorities, which are your pragmatists. You have your late majority, which are your conservatives, and you have your laggers, which are your skeptics. They're going to be the last people to ever purchase anything from you. Your pioneers, they buy when the market's up. They buy when you first come out, they first see it, they don't question it, they see the value in it, they go for it. They won't know any of this if you're not dating them, if you're not putting out your interaction, your graphics, your links, your videos, your webinars, like we just talked about. Your early adopters, your visionaries, they also buy when the market is not great. They're a person with original ideas about what the future will or could be like. They can see what's going on. They can see the potential of your product. Then you have your pragmatists. This is a person who's guided more by practical considerations than ideas. They will only buy when two of their friends buy. And so this actually, Antonio said, this actually creates a major problem, because how do you get these people to buy if the other two friends are waiting for the other friend to buy? Antonio said most businesses die in this chasm. So Antonio, you can explain to us what you mean by that, because with knowing who our customers are is of great importance when it comes to us dating our customers. So we're talking about the pragmatist. You said with the pragmatist is the person who buys when two of their friends buy. You said most businesses die in this channel.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's the main. Most businesses die right here for that very simple reason. You've got to. So break down. Let me mute my mic real quick. Deanna, break down what pragmatism is one more time, and then it'll help me. It'll draw that bridge so I can explain.
The pragmatist is the person who's guided more by practical considerations than by ideals. These are most people. They only buy when two of their friends have bought. And then you said this creates a major problem, because how do you get these people to buy if the other two friends are waiting for the other friend to buy?
Yeah, this ain't major problem, y'all. Y'all are in this most. I'm not even sure if you can move on beyond this, but we'll try. What percentage was pragmatists? Yeah, early adopters or innovators, and then you've got, it's that whole middle of everything. 34%. Okay, 34%. That's most of your money. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to think about it this way. Daryl, let's use Daryl again. Changing the MLM. Changing the narrative in MLM. Well, 34% of his audience is going to say, well, I'll catch the call when I know two of my friends caught the call. And they saying to each other, I'm not going to catch the call. I'm waiting on you to do the call. Well, I'm not going to do the ATS business. When you get, how many of y'all heard this before? When you get there, then I'll join. Right? This is classic pragmatism. Listen, man, Antonio, when you get to SD, right? When you get that third level, then I'll join. Which is the stupidest thing to possibly say. It makes no sense, but it makes all the sense in the world to a pragmatist. You get it? They're not even trying to challenge you. I mean, some of them they are. They're just simply saying, I can't do this without proof, and I need two proofs. But here's the hard part. Pay attention to this. Not proof from other people. No. Two people close to me. I'll join Ice Buddy when my mama and my daddy do it. Right? Like, think about that. Right? Oh yeah, that's so typical. That is so typical. That is absolutely typical.
Gave me something to teach on right there.
That's it, man. Teach on it, man. Work it to the bone. Go ahead.
If you think about that, particularly when you look at MLM, that's where that statement is always made. I'll do it once you get to this level. And they then go to those friends who are not going to do it because they're not doing it. But those are the same people that are not in a position to advise them. It's like they'll go to the person who's working like they're working, or they'll go next door to the guy who's a plumber and been a plumber, never been in business. It's not the right person to ask. And thus, that is not your prospect until they, till their game comes up as it relates to MLM. If the pragmatist is going about his or her business in that fashion, they're not a good prospect for me.
No. And it's 34% of them out there. Most of the people you're going to run into. It just is. I can't wait till you teach her that. I know you're going to rip the bone off of that one. Ain't going to be no meat on the bone on that one. It's not just, they're not just waiting for two people, y'all. They waiting for, like Tempest says this all the time. Did you upgrade yet? You download the software update? And look, and I'll go, sure did, it works fine. I still ain't doing it. I swear, I still ain't. Now, you trust me with your life, with your money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I signed your check, CEO, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you trust me with all that, and won't trust me with a software update. You get what I'm saying? It lets you through the little shrug. Like, it lets you say, nope, it is true. It's absolutely true. Because she waiting on her mama that didn't do the software update. And then she'll still be like, I don't know about that. I'm still going to wait. Right? I'm still going to wait until two more people, because you my mama. Look, she'll explain us away. Well, you my mama, so you don't count. And you, Tony, you don't count. I need two other people close to me. And I say, with Tempest, who close to you? Ain't nobody close to me but y'all two. Oh, okay then. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many Tempests out there buying products. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Yeah, I'm telling you. And this is where I'll wait for the second update. I want to see if your phone gets sick before I do mine. She'll wait until they slow down her speed. The only time I ever seen Tempest update when I told her to is when I took a screenshot of the new emojis. It's kind of old now, but when iPhone updated them emojis to added like 500 more, and they were all cool from the middle finger to all sorts of stuff. She immediately said, well, let me go ahead and download this. Your emojis are better than mine, because she really uses emojis, right? She really, really uses them. This is where most businesses die, because the catch is, if most people are pragmatists and you need two of their friends to buy your product, but those two friends are all pragmatists or both pragmatists, you got no hope. You have absolutely no hope. You waiting on the pragmatist. Kim say my money stays in my pocket. Period. You have no hope. Tempest is waiting for her two friends to buy it, but her two friends are also pragmatists, because like attracts like in the same circles. So now you got everybody going, well, I was not. This is, how you. Barrett's gonna love this, because I bet this happens in network marketing all the time. Man, I've been seeing you do your thing, man. I've been seeing you. Why you never buy from me, right? Is what you want to say, but you be like, man, I appreciate you. Nah, man, you doing your thing, man. I've been seeing it. Looks real good. I'm proud of you. Come on, y'all heard this. I'm real proud of you, fam. Real proud of you. Real proud of you. That's straight pragmatist talk, or a hater. Okay, straight pragmatist talk, because they can't for the life of them buy from you. They just see you doing your thing, because other people are buying from you, but it ain't the people they need to buy from you. And every last one of our businesses are trapped in that cycle right now. This is where most businesses die. It's tough. How do you get out of that? There's only one real way to get out of it. Master cold market sales. That is it. It's the truth. but we don't like cold market, right? We don't like pick up the phone. We don't want to do this. We don't want to learn cell phone, whatever it is. But the way you get out of that is to master cold market sales, because what you have is enough people that are giving testimonies that are saying this ATS, this, and that, and then they still ain't gonna buy, but they're gonna go, huh? Maybe I'll check it out. Then when they check it out, they go, I sit on the there and they're asking 1,500 questions. Yeah, I think I'm playing. This is real deal stuff. And then they'll bring, I'm not even trying to bring up a recent example, but it is facts though. Then they'll bring in their buddy or their sister who don't know nothing about what you're talking about to be the expert on this. And now you having a whole different conversation. You don't need to be having. We've all done it. We've all got trapped in that conversation or had to have that conversation. Well, I'm gonna ask my friend because he is a pastor, as if that somehow makes you qualified in this department, right? It means nothing. Or he's a lawyer. Oh, I guess he's smart now. So he's a lawyer, but he knows about sales funnels. Okay, yeah. No, it's not. It's not even the same. That lawyer needs to market the same way. I asked my tax preparer. That actually happened to us. And the tax preparer went off on me. Anyway, right? And of course, anyway, but too much to say right there, okay? But we still have that person as a customer, a paying customer. As a matter of fact, that person didn't pay until that beef happened, because the way I handled it. But anyway, so do you fully understand this pragmatist problem? The pragmatist problem is, well, you know what? That's what I just had to happen. He did. He sure did. Adonia, I got this new product. And Adonia's like, that's good. I got you. Now, in truth, most of you here are not pragmatists. You're not. Because you bought here first before it was hot. You may got some pragmatists in you, or there was some things that we were already doing, or maybe the Les Brown connection made you go, well, that's one. You know what I'm saying? I just, you're like, yeah, that's one. And I know Pam, and Pam's cool, PJ, you know what I'm saying? Or this person's cool, and she ain't no dummy, and Denise ain't no dummy at all. So maybe you maybe did something like that. But most of you aren't these people, while at the same time with someone else, you are. It's hard. Selling is hard. That's why there have been over 1 million books written on sales, and they still gonna keep writing books on sales. They never gonna stop writing books on sales. They never. As long as you remain the same, books get out, and as long as things change, we got to say a new way to say old stuff. Last thing I say about this, and if y'all know how these old sales tactics work, they are dying, if not already dead. And it's the internet that killed them. The internet killed them. Because before the internet, I needed you. Now the internet made me not need you. I don't need a middleman. Right? I don't need you. I got the internet. I'll just go to your competitor. I'll use my thumbs for that. The old sales tricks they're going away. That's the pragmatist problem. Keep going. It's a rough problem. Solution, cold market sales, video testimonies, content that builds, because trust will turn the pragmatist into your customer. Yeah, okay, so solutions is cold market sales, content, now I had to say content marketing too then, free webinars, free books, free period, give it away for free, I'm telling you. Free recording your keynotes, recording you in your gift when you're in front of people. My personal favorite, recording people shocked and in awe by your service. That's the one thing people can never deny. They can say, Antonio they can do all that. But when they see a Donya reaction to whatever it is I'm doing, they can never deny that. They can never deny that. Your customer's reaction to your greatness. They can never deny that. Never. Never, ever, ever. When Daryl started producing top earner after top earner after top earner, and these folks saying, oh my God, I didn't know nothing about, but here at the ATS, and I appreciate Antonio, and I appreciate Timbers, but Daryl is the one who, right? When they start saying that, it's gonna get real easy for Daryl to sell. Real easy. Is that fair? More solutions, video testimonies, if I haven't said that. We have video testimonies. Commenting on other people, commenting on your pragmatist stuff, whatever that may be. The more you become their friend, is the more they will become your customer. And the trick of all this, there's two tricks of all this. This is what makes me win. And this is why I like Gary Vee so much, because he's the same way. Doing all of this without expecting a Donya to buy from you. That's the real catch. It's the real catch. See, I gave, y'all know it now, a Donya free trial. I didn't expect her to buy. I knew she saw what was going on. It was going to be hard not to. But had she not, I'd still be a Donya's friend. There'd be no pressure. You know what I'm saying? There just wouldn't have been no pressure. That's just not how you do. The trick, because people aren't stupid. Daryl isn't stupid. He knows when you just deploying some technique. Am I lying, Daryl? He said, no, okay, he muted, yeah. He knows when you're just doing some technique. Oh, okay, this is that whole add value first and hook me in thing. He's not genuine, right? Right now.
Yeah,
people aren't stupid. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I thought I was muted when I was talking earlier. But the truth is most of the time I just let people do it. And the more they do it, the more they prove how ignorant they are. And it's funny to watch it because they actually think they're getting better at it. They're thinking they're really sucking you, pulling you into this, and it's so funny. And at the end, I just let them keep on. I'll let them go forever. They never going to. Like said, my money's staying in my pocket. You know,
I
never get sold. I just buy because it's something that I need. And I've typically made up my mind. And so that's what I was thinking about this, because obviously you sell a lot of product and a lot of other people sell a lot of product. And I bought a lot of products and I've sold a lot of products. So I'm thinking, what is it that I do that get me to the place when I first see something that I will eventually, usually when I first see it, that's where I think I'm different. If it's something that I like, I pretty much made up my mind when I first see it that I'm going to buy it. I may not do it at that time, but my mind is pretty much made up. But it's not based on someone's ability to sell me.
Yeah, I got that. That's real talk. That's real talk. That is, and every time I think they're young, they got such a young spirit. He spit that old man wisdom. I just let them do it. They think they're getting better. That's such an old bad thing to do. That's such an old bad thing to do. To sit on the porch, let you think you're winning. Just sit on the porch. No, you do a whole 45-minute presentation because he got time today. and he don't buy. It's such an old man thing to do. Let's see. Darryl just reminded us, yeah, it's all about relationship building. I want you to comment to that, Pam Norris, because you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I just, when Darryl was saying that he doesn't let himself be sold, that was just really a powerful statement. You know, he don't come slick. Don't think you can fast talk me into something. But build a relationship. Talk to me. Tell me, you know, what it is you're doing and maybe why I should need it. And let me ask questions. Ask me questions about what I need. That's that polling. And is relationship building. I think that's just a whole different approach. It's not the list of people that we in MLN you were told to do, come up with your list. The list isn't it, it's the relationships that you want to develop that's going to be key.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So but first trick I said was be genuine, don't expect no return.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the second trick to all of this is you have to do it regardless of the results you see. Because this method, which is the only real method that's going to work with the internet out. It's not immediate. It's just not. You have to build that following first. Without the internet, it was immediate. It was a bit more immediate to be a door-to-door salesman because they didn't have, you know, we compare stuff, right? Naturally, we compare stuff. We say hot. Hot to what, though? Hot in reference to not being cold. You get it? Like the word hot in itself is a comparison word. When no internet, we didn't have nothing to compare it to. But now that the internet's out, I'm taking my time. I'm not going to buy from you yet. I'm still shopping other pages. And there's a bunch of them out there. I'll be back when it's time. And if you disrespect me or make me feel disrespected before that time, I damn sure ain't getting nothing from you then. It's not going to happen for sure now. No, absolutely not. I told you let me think. And you didn't try to come over here. Now, I don't mind you following up, but I said let me think. You get it? Cool. Yeah.
The next one on the list is conservative. A conservative is a person who is averse to change and holds to traditional values and attitudes, typically in relation to politics. But your conservatives, they're the late majority. They take up another 34% of your buyers. So that's a total of 68% right there. 68% of your buyers are your pragmatists and your conservatives. I see you over there shaking your head, boss man. Go ahead. Your conservatives they're the people who are adverse to change. They hold on to traditional values and attitudes, typically in relation to politics, but think about that think about your parents when it comes to changing. My dad had a flip phone forever. He just, in the last 3 years, like 3-4 years, he just recently got into like iPhones and things of that nature. So your conservatives are the people who are adverse to change, and they hold on to traditional values and attitudes. Ms. Denise said my dad still has a flip. So those are your conservatives, and they represent another 34% of your types of customers. So that's a total of 68% between your pragmatists and your conservatives. Boss man, because I saw you over there shaking your head.
I too much to say here, but the only thing I'll say here is that 68% of your audience, I want you to watch your energy. We used to have someone that worked here I want you to watch your energy output. We used to have someone that worked here that was a great BSer. And they wouldn't put forth the energy to get past that 68% of people who ain't buying from you right now today anyway. I need you to get this. If that's 68, and that's not even laggards, you ain't even covered that yet. What percentage is laggards? 14? Yeah. It was 68 plus 14.
16.
Hey. For 16? 84. I need you to get this here for a second. If you're trying to make a sale today, statistically, 26 people will buy from you out of 100. Well, 2.5 of them will buy from you the first time they hear you. Another 13.5% of them are going to buy from you if you keep following up with them 5 or 6 times. So when you get frustrated, that's 2 out of every 100. Hear this for a second. Is a 98% chance that when you push your product, ATS, somebody in your perception is going to waste your time. Now I said in your perception on purpose, right? I'm trying to qualify that because it's not a waste of time. You just got to keep pushing forward. I see Sparkle on here. You pushing cakes, I need you to know 98% of them is going to say, man, that's a good looking cake. And it's not going to buy from you today. It's just set up that way. You understand what I'm saying? It's just set up. And that's 98%. Now, please don't target a certain group of people. Target a culture that don't stick together. Now you take it at 98% and you making it a super strong 98%. You making it a violent 98% against you. You understand what I'm saying? It's violent at this point. Now it's like, I'm not going to give you my money so you can get up and I'm not getting up. I'm not going to let Pam Norris come up. You're not going to take my money to Popeyes. You're not going to get her a Bentley and I'm driving this. Come on, y'all know these people like this. So I'm not going to help her. I need help myself. Man, because I used to speak all the jargon for one. I wasn't always abundant-minded. I started off poor-minded, that's for sure. The issue is when you add up the laggards, and I didn't mean to jump ahead, but you don't have to cover it if you don't want to now. But when you add up all these, you got 2% of the people that's going to buy from you today. You know how hard it is? That's a needle in the haystack. So that's why I started off by saying, watch your energy output. If you make 20 calls, or if you make, I'm going to love this, 1 post, because most of y'all ain't making calls. If you make, okay, Grace is getting it. If you make 1 post today, and that 1 post is all you made, you said, algorithm, do me a favor. Go ahead and waste my time too. Like this 98% of the people gonna waste my time. It's unfair. You leave yourself at the mercy. You need to literally put 100% energy output to get to those 2%. Because what if today, by the luck of the gods or bad luck of the gods, right? Pluto and them and Zeus and them, okay? What about if Zeus decided, I'm going to put all 98% on the front end. Put the pioneers on her last 2 phone calls for the day. Her last 2, 3, and 3. Think about that. What if it just, we got the 2% up front. What if it just flipped? What if today you just run across everybody wasting your time? You did everything right. What you gonna do, what the average person would do, and I've seen them, I've hired them, I've seen them, they gonna put 16, 17% of their total energy, if that. And as soon as they get into the groove, it's time to eat. Oh, y'all ain't heard me. And as soon as they eat for an hour, now it's time to get back up and get this food off me. An hour after the food off me, all right, let me get back to work now. And how we get back up, get the food off me, we call that just scrolling the Facebook. Let me just read these few articles. We'll say, I'm just researching right now. Or I'm seeing who I'm going to sell to. Now, It's 2 o'clock and you go, all right, let me get up. I'm ready. And you put in that effort again. It's time to go pick up the kids, or it's time to get off work now, right? Whatever, because comes 3:30, you got some grown folk stuff to do now. That ain't got nothing to do with your income. It's just grown folk stuff. Wife need milk, husband, need deodorant, kids need to be picked up depending on your age. Or if you're grown and retired, you saying I'm too old for this. You understand? Help me out. Help me out this place. You understand, right? I just put in way too much effort for no result. I'm too old for this. Let me hire one of these young people to get this done for me, right? Right? And that happens. It's frustrating. It is the frustrating cycle of sales. I'm telling y'all, I hate sales. I'm just really good at it. I hate sales. The only reason I'm good at sales is for 2 reasons. I grew up in a small city. I wanted to get out, number 1. And I was hungry. Like, don't forget that. I had to eat. I had no money. I had to eat. I was a lion. One of these gazelles needed to die. That was me. If I didn't kill a gazelle, I didn't eat. And I still work like that now. Today, somebody owed me $3,500. I don't know who, but we going after it. We going after it because I got some people and things I need to take care of. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the team know it. We own it. But just know this can get real frustrating. That's why I did this. This part of the keynote is in the middle. Y'all, this girl been in one keynote for all 2019. This keynote had 62 movies in it or something like that. Anyway, let's see. How much you got left? Let me look at your script real quick.
The only thing I have left is
just that one. That's just like it. So I just covered. Mm-hmm. All right, let me put my weight on it real quick. So we actually finished one of your whole scripts. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I was like, no, we still got like 4 more parts left.
Good. So I tell you what, let me pass it back to you. I want you to press your call of action. Let's explain the 3 call of actions and how all the information we got, how can we make this applicable to what's going on. So repeat your call of actions and then we'll go from there. Hold on, the only person who wants to buy Sparkle's cake is Antonio, and he does not eat sweets. That is true. That is true, Sparkle. I'm trying to get one of them cakes for real. For real. Cake pops.
I know
Go ahead, Darryl.
But I was scrolling through Sparkle's timeline, and I seen some stuff I've never seen before. I mean, that stuff is amazing, Sparkle. I mean, each one of those strawberries should sell for $5. I mean, I don't know if anyone else has seen, but this stuff is amazing. I've never seen it. And I've been with some of the top French culinary pastry chefs in the world. I've never seen that. Not in that way. I'm telling you, you got something. Now, I put on the timeline, you need to figure out a way to change the sweeteners for other people. And when we talk today, then I'll show you how to do that.
Told her that. That's confirmation. That's confirmation. I told her that this weekend or during church service. If you figure out how to market that to vegans and vegetarians, you're going to have a hit on your hands. And you just said that, so I can't wait till y'all talk. She said, I'll hit you today for sure. I can't wait till y'all talk. That's confirmation. If she figure out how to make snacks that'll get in my belly but won't create my belly, oh shoot.
Let me say, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Well, that's your marketing chat.
You can change the sweetener, and then that will help. And you have to help yourself, but not by not eating as many, right? So
I'll be lying to you at that point. Antonio, you did good today. I sure did. I ain't get no. Look, shiver the bottle. Look, I'll be acting like a real addict at that point, Darryl. Since I was a real addict, I'll be acting like a real addict. I'll be lying, stealing people's money just so I can buy some more stuff from them. I sure will. Golly. Now, she really is good. And Sparkle like me, Sparkle from the hood, and she's doing well for herself, but she's doing this stuff from hand. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know, she didn't even know she had this talent. She just up in one day, so I want to make a cake, and then fooled around and made a masterpiece. All right, but it's crazy, but I can't. Keep them in the ice butter cooler. There it is. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Can I say this?
Now, go ahead, man.
But is there a way, Pamela, that you can do a disposable cooler that can be used to transport these types of delectables?
Unmute your mic. Hold on. You dropping some knowledge over there.
Okay.
Unmute. There you go.
What we have to do is we then have to we'd have to test, because it's disposable. Would be made with a different type of product than the polypropylene that our cooler is made with. It's the polypropylene with the gel that keeps it 3 hours. So if you've gone to something disposable, we could put the gel in it, but we'd have to do we can do some testing and see what's out there and see how long it would last. So the duration is going to change, but depending on the materials that are used. But we can check into that. Absolutely.
That's how I know
I'll send my
your
engineer
stuff.
an email right now.
I'll just say that's how I know you know your stuff. That was a real answer. That was not what I was expecting.
You guys, and I also want to let you know, because I've already sent my engineer a text during class saying to get me pictures from inside Ariel and Highten, which are 2 manufacturers, so we can show where the Ice Buddy cooler is made because of your suggestion on class today.
Yeah,
so
there you
just
go.
To let you know,
pictures,
a
couple of 6-second videos, but I'm glad you said that. Denise Hill, I'm going to compliment Denise Hill. Pam Norris, keep your mic unmuted. Denise Hill inboxed me, I don't know, like 3 days ago. She wanted to promote you, Pam, and she was looking. Yes, no, she's really did. She inboxed me, and she was looking for some marketing material that you have. She was looking for some. And it made me think you do a good job marketing, but from a flip side, she didn't have any branding or any flyers or something that she could have just shared from your post or didn't know where they were. So you may want to, and this was someone who was trying to share her stuff, because I don't know if it was New Orleans or no, it was something. It was the earthquake. It was the earthquake.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Oh, there you go. Go ahead, Denise. Go ahead. You speak for yourself.
Hi, Denise.
Hello. Yeah, I have some clients, friends, a whole bunch of folks. It's just the earthquake, because that first one was just a pre-quake. You know, we knew that it was going to continue to get worse, and so it was like a week-long, a series of events. And by the second day, I was looking for, some type of content that said, hey, it's, devastations like this, you need Ice Buddies, that I could share with the people in that area. Because even if you weren't in that immediate vicinity, if you were in LA or Vegas, you were thinking, oh, it's coming this way. And they were prepping. And I wanted to be able to say, here's something to be able to include in your prepping. And that's why I inboxed Antonio.
Okay, so if you can send me your email address, I can send you links.
Do you have social media?
Yeah, we're on social media. We're on lots of it. Ice Buddy System.
We just need to make it more visible.
Yeah.
We just need to make it more visible.
And definitely relevant to disasters like that.
Okay. All right. I'll find you through Deanna, whatever. We'll find a way to communicate.
No. Go inbox you Denise Friend, right? You Denise Friend? Just start a group messenger with y'all 3. And then that'll solve that problem right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Deanna's gonna start a group messenger with y'all 3. No, that's not a hole in the plan. That's not all it is obscurity. It's all our number one problem, right? It's our number one problem because she's doing it, she got it, but where was it? And it's just obscurity. None of us, not even me, are above that problem. Okay. Now I'm more above it than most of you, or maybe all, but we all face that problem. How do we get past obscurity? And that's what we're here for. That's what we're talking about. So that's good. And I just want you to hear that, Pam, because
good.
That's your customer. Like that's
Absolutely.
your audience. Mm-hmm. Yeah. asking to share for some people, and that was fantastic. And it's always good to get that kind of feedback.
Yes.
Deanna, drive home for us your call of action. Well, she put it down, but I'll let you do it. The drive home. So why are we using? Let me question you. Everything we talked about. How does the 3-3-3 technique help us with everything we talked about, from polling to get people the 10-day hour rule? How does that help us with 3-3-3 technique?
The 3-3-3 technique is like going up to someone and introducing yourself. Hello, my name is. I would like to get to know you. Hello, I absolutely think that what you're doing with your company is absolutely amazing. You're introducing yourself. You're making yourself known to them.
Fantastic answer. And of course, you have some content. So when they say, "Oh my God, you're cute," let me see what you got going on. We're not literally saying cute, right? I'm just keeping it in date talk. "Oh my God, that was nice. Let me see what you sell." Is really what that is. Then they see your content on your page. Number 2, now that means, ladies and gentlemen, that she's telling you to all week apply the 3-3-3 technique to simulate the 10-hour day rule. That's what she's telling you, okay? Not just education. She is lining in. Tomorrow I'll do the same thing, and Tuesday Grace will do the same thing, and we'll keep doing this henceforth. Create 3 pieces of marketing content that explains who you are and what you do. Right? Denise has asked Pam Norris to do that. She already has it, but you get the point. So how does that help us?
Once you, like you just said, when you go into their inbox and everything, they're going to be like, okay, well, who is this person? And now when they go to your page, there's marketing content on there that says who you are and what you do. Just like when in these days, when you date someone, you go on their Facebook page. Like, okay, so who are you? What do you do? Who is your people? You know? And the 3 pieces of marketing content helps with that. It helps them with the discovery stage of who you are. It helps stimulate the dating, because once you introduce yourself to someone, what do you do after that? You have phone calls, you have text messages. You may actually go out on the date, but before you even hit the date stage, you text message and phone call and communicate with each other. Your 3 pieces of marketing content is you communicating to them who you are, who your people, what you got. You know, that's what those 3 pieces of marketing content does.
Fantastic answer. And finally, now wait. That means I need to be seeing y'all. We're judging y'all. I'm observing y'all. We need to see 3 pieces of content. Some of you have no idea how to make it, and that's a very good problem. Because when you tackle this problem, you're going to find the apps, the tools, and the resources that are actually going to help you prepare your business further. You said, create 3 pieces of marketing content per piece mentioned above and links your customers, that links your customers. You did both of them, 2 and 3 at the same time, didn't you?
No.
Okay. Well, explain this number 3.
One of the things that Antonio has taught us is how to create multiple pieces of content from 1 piece of content. So with the 3 pieces of content that you first created, now you're going to take that first piece of content and create 3 pieces of content from there. That's going to link them even more so to who you are, what you do, what products you have. And you're going to do that with each piece of content. What this one does is it helps stimulate those 10 hours of dating. So first you say, hello, how are you? I would like to communicate with you more. And then when they go to your page, they have those 3 pieces of content that says, okay, well, this is who I am and this is what I do. And then from there, it branches out even more. So it goes from the text messages to the phone calls to even more text messages, even more phone calls, and you're directing them to your website. So they see more of who you are. You direct them to any videos that you have that talk about who you are, videos of you. Prime example, Daryl could do a marketing piece that says, changes the narrative of MLM and he'll type something underneath that. And then he'll make another piece from that leads to his podcast. Miss Pam can do a piece of marketing that's a video, and then she'll do another piece that branches off of that directs to her website. The additional pieces of marketing are you continuing the conversation and continuing the dating process with them until they say, well, you know what, let's go on this date and let me see what else you got. You know what, I trust you, so let me go ahead and purchase this Ice Buddy kit. Let me go ahead and let me go ahead and subscribe to this podcast. Let me go ahead and listen to this radio station. Let me go ahead and get this tutoring from Go Figure. Let me go ahead and buy these cake pops. So that's what each step is walking you into your 10-hour conversation with your customer.
Fantastic answer. We're ending the class right now, ladies and gentlemen. I just posted a link in chat. My Secret to Success podcast, which we all know is in the top, 0.5% of the world, top ranked millionaires, billionaires. I just started what you call exclusive content. That means that for $9.99 a month, you can get exclusive content that most of you, none of the world will ever hear, and about 90% of it, none of y'all will ever hear. It's a bunch of content you've never heard before, regardless if you're in the bureau, the ATS, etc. And of course, you know, I give information away for free. And of course, you know, they teach you how to do all sorts of great things, blah, 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 sales funnels, etc., etc., etc. Adonia just put in contact in the chat that the podcast is good. So Adonia, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. And I surely expect that you'll be my first, because I just opened it up yesterday, my very first exclusive content member. And give me some feedback like you do, Adonia, so I can keep making it better. Yes, sir. Go ahead, John Calloway.
Does this mean we just finished having a date?
Yes, sir. We just had a 2-hour date. And yes, clap for that. Clap for that. And 2 more dates from now. I'm expecting nightcap, John. So you're going to have to invite me up. You understand? I'm expecting nightcap. Get some of them protein drinks. I want some. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's what this is. And that's why we all trust each other so much here. Because we've all dated each other for a year. Right? We've been in the battlefield. We've been in the foxhole. Okay? Good. So now that we know Adonia has been committed to be my first exclusive thingy. Yeah, seriously, if you want to, you can. I know Pam Norris will, because that's just kind of the stuff she does. She consumes all my content. It's just $9.99 a month. You'll like it. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. God bless you, and good night.